In the last class, we were discussing about De Morgan's theorem. We have just stated the De Morgan's theorem. Afterwards, we need to prove it. So, proving it is similar to what we have done for the associative law, distributive law, and all. But this is very, very important on the point of examination. Well, so the first one is a plus b whole bar is equal to a bar into b bar, and the second one is AB whole bar is equal to A bar plus B bar. So these are the two statements which we are having. Let us take the first one. It is going to tell complement of sum of two or more variables is equal to product of complement of individual variables. Same way, product of complement of two or more variable is equal to sum of complement of individual variable. So that is the statement. So let us first prove a plus b whole bar is equal to a bar into b bar. So to this, we will take two variables. Since it is two variable, we are discussing here. We will take a and b, and a bar, b bar. We need a plus b, and we need a plus b whole bar, and finally a bar into b bar. So like this, you need to draw the truth table. So as we know, we are having two variables. According to the power of n, we'll be having four inputs, four different inputs we'll be having. 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So complement of A is 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Now A plus B is 0. Again 0 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 1, 1 plus 1, 1. Complement of this 1, 0, 0, 0. A bar into B bar. So A bar into B bar. 1 into 1, 1. 1 into 0, 0. 0 into 1, 0. 0 into 0, 0. So you can see that A plus B whole bar is equal to A bar into B bar. This is the proof. Okay. And also you need to write the logic diagram by using the different gates. Here, when you take A plus B whole bar is equal to A bar into B bar, you can see that a complement operation is used. Complement operation is replaced always by a NOT gate. A NOT gate is a complementary gate which is going to give just the reverse of what you are going to give as input. Complement of sum. Sum means we need to use OR gate. The two gates we are going to use. First we will use A plus B is the, so first you use OR gate. This is the OR gate, and it is going to give the sum of the two inputs. At the output, you will be getting, you will be passing it through the NOT gate, and finally it will be A plus B whole bar. So this is equal to A bar, A and B. So that means if you are going to take it as individual NOT gate, the NOT gate is just going to give the inverse of what you give. If you give 1, it is going to give 0. If you give 0, it is going to give 1. So now A is passed through NOT gate, it is going to give A bar. B is passed through NOT gate, it is going to give B bar. After that, we are going to pass it through. Which gate you need to pass for multiplication?
AND gate.
AND gate. Okay. So this is the equivalent circuit we are having. A bar into B bar. In the same way, we can do it for A into B whole bar is equal to A bar plus B bar. In A, B, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. A bar, B bar, A into B, A into B whole bar, A bar plus B bar. So these are the different columns which we are going to consider. Now complement of A bar is the complement of A. So here we are having 0, here we will write 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. This one 1, 0, 1, 0. A into B, 0 into 0, 0, 0 into 1, 0, 1 into 1, 1 into 0, 0, 1 into 1, 1. Now complement of this 1, 1, 1, 0. Now A bar plus B bar, 1 plus 1, 1, 1 plus 0, 1, 0 plus 1, 1, 0 plus 0, 0. So you can see that this is the proof. So this is how we are going to prove that they are equal. And this is the proof for the De Morgan's theorem. In the same way, if they are asking for 3 variable, 4 variable, you need to just uh, increase the size of the table. So suppose if they are asking for 3 variable, how many number of input you will be getting? 3 variables means A, B,
Eight.
C. 8. So because 2 to the power of 3 is equal to 8. During that time 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Like that. This is how you are going to write the equations. I mean, the values for the input values for the different inputs, and we are going to do as usual. Okay. And for that, equation will be A plus B plus C whole bar is equal to A bar into B bar into C bar. A into B whole bar is equal to A into C bar C is equal to A bar plus B bar plus C bar. Now, can anyone tell me the equation for De Morgan's theorem for 4 variables? If they're asking for 4 variable, what will be the De Morgan's equation? Hmm?
A
They'll ask
plus
you.
B plus
Hmm, Phil,
A plus B plus C plus D whole bar is equal to A bar dot B bar into C bar dot D bar.
yes.
In-
Other one,
A bar into B bar into C bar into D bar is equal to A plus B plus C plus D whole bar.
it is A bar plus B bar plus C bar plus D bar. Right? So that is about the De Morgan's uh, theorem which we are having. After this, that is about the digital electronics part which we are having. The next one is digital circuits. Digital circuits. Here we deal with the different types of gate, and we are going to realize them, all those things. So basically, we are going to study about the logic gates. So logic gates are the basic building blocks of the digital circuits. Logic gates means they NOT gate, AND gate, OR gate, NAND gate, NOR gate, XOR gate, XNOR gate. All these are logic gates. So they are used to create the digital circuit, and also they are used in fabricating complex integrated circuit, the ICs also. And this combination of this logic gate are can be done by keeping some particular application in mind, and they can also be used to create logic circuits for the purpose of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and all. They also acts as a memory elements when we are going to use them in flip flops or latch. That is what we are going to study in the later part of this chapter. So we are having flip-flops, latches. They are the basic memory elements in our hard disk or the memory disk, whatever we are using. There we'll be using these logic gates to have those kind of flip-flops which are going to act as one bit memory element. So these flip-flops are going to store one bit. So one bit memory element. You can just imagine if you want to store 1 GB, if you want to store 1 GB of some data, how many such flip-flops are needed? 1 gigabyte we are talking about. 1 byte is equal to how much? Hmm? 1 byte is equal to how much?
8 bits.
8 bits. So 1 gigabyte, you can just imagine for 1 gigabyte, we are going to use how many number of flip-flops now? If one flip-flop is going to store 1 bit, then for 1 gigabyte, how many flip-flops you need to use in the hard disk?
1024 kilobytes.
1024
Kilobytes.
kilobytes. Okay. See, for 1 byte of memory, you'll be using, in order to store that, you need 8 flip-flops. Because 1 bit is stored in 1 flip-flop. So in the same way, you can just imagine for 1 gigabyte, how many flip-flops you need to use. Okay. So such kind of the basic building blocks are going to be uh, the the logic gates are such kind of the basic building blocks. In this chapter, we are going to study about different gates. So let us begin with the first one, that is NOT gate. So NOT gate is an complementary gate where it is going to take an single input and it is going to give the complement of that A and the A bar. So here Y is represented as output. Y is equal to A bar and the operation is complement operation. So it is just going to reverse it and give out. And always remember, NOT gate is a single input gate. NOT gate is a single input gate. Only NOT gate in all the gates, only the NOT gate is a single input gate. All are two input gates. Only the NOT gate is single input gate. But all of them are having multiple. You can use any number of inputs. If you are taking OR gate, you can have n number of inputs, but output will be one only. For all, the common feature in gates is for all the output link or the output is one. But except NOT gate, for the other gates, you can have any number of inputs. But for the NOT gate, it is a single input and single output gate. Next, AND gate. So AND, it is basically used to do the multiplication operation. So this is the AND gate symbol. Y is equal to A into B, A, B. So this is A into B is the expression, and the operation which is done is multiplication. Next is OR gate, where we are going to take the OR gate. This is the symbol, and it is going to do addition operation. Y is equal to A plus B, and it is going to do addition. Next is NAND gate. NAND gate, it is the complement of AND gate. So the bubble indicates the complement. If in NOT gate, if you are going to forget to write this bubble, what does it indicate? You might have already studied the gates, so that's why I'm asking. If you forget the bubble, If you write like this, what does it indicate? Those who have studied about the gates and all already, they might be knowing it.
Sir, NAND gate.
This one I'm asking.
The complement of AND.
Complement of AND. I'm just asking this one. See, now for the NOT gate, if I'm forgetting to write a bubble, what will happen? Hmm? What is that? No, for NOR also we are having different. NOR also we need to have. See, if you tell NOT, there should be a bubble.
Sir, that's not any gate, I guess.
Any gate. So what does it indicate? It is also used in electronics. What does it indicate? Hmm? This is the symbol for buffer. You remember what is buffer?
Storage.
Storage. What kind of storage? A permanent storage? A temporary storage?
Temporary.
Anybody remembers where we have studied about buffer?
Operational amplifier.
Yes, very good. In operational amplifier, in the basic building block, we have studied about this buffer. And one thing, when I went through your internal answer sheets, a few of them have answered about the internal circuitry. It was asked internal circuitry of op-amp. This time I have given marks. You might have confused, thinking that you might have confused. See, whenever they tell internal diagram, they're asking. They're not asking internal block diagram. Was it asked internal block diagram? What is the question? It's an internal diagram or internal block diagram? The question paper, was it internal diagram or internal block diagram? Hmm?
So block diagram.
Internal
Block diagram.
block diagram it is given.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this need block diagram, as they mentioned block, you can write that. Suppose if they're asking you with a need diagram, explain the internal structure of op-amp. What you'll write?
Transistors.
Transistors. Okay. Don't get confused with that. If block comes, you can write. If you are having just the diagram, you have to write that transistor part. Okay, coming back to this complement of this is a buffer, which is a temporary storage device or a delay element. So if you put a bubble to this, it is going to act as a NOT gate. After this, So NOR gate is the complement of OR gate. So it is going to add the inputs and going to complement that and give the output. Next is XOR, exclusive OR gate. So in the exclusive OR gate, it is going to do exclusive operation and it is going to have the equation AB bar plus A bar B bar. This can also be written as A exclusive OR B. If you have plus symbol with a circle, then it is XOR. So it is exclusive OR operation. Then XNOR. In this, it is the complement of XOR. A. It can be written A exclusive OR B whole bar, or it can also be written as A with a dot rounded up by a circle B. So that is equal to Y is equal to AB plus A bar B bar. It is XNOR operation. You should remember one thing. In XOR operation, whenever the inputs are different in the sense, see, for A, B, we give different values like this 0, 1, 0, 1. When A and B both are same, then the output will be 0. When A and B are different, then output will be 1. This is exclusive OR operation. I repeat it again. Whenever the inputs are different, then output goes high in XOR. Whenever the inputs are same, the output goes low in the XOR. But in XNOR operation, it is just the reverse of it. Whenever the inputs are common, then output goes high. Input should be same, then output goes high. Whenever the inputs are different, then output goes to 0. So in NOR, XNOR, input should be same. XOR, input should be different to get the output as high. This is what you need to remember, so that we will discuss it again while discussing these individual circuits. Now, after this, they will be asking you the individual gate operations sometimes. How you are going to realize a NOT gate by using a switch or some diode, transistor, like that. So that's why first we'll study about the NOT gate. So NOT gate, we need to replace this NOT gate by our normal components like switch, battery, all those things. The same way what we are doing now, diode equivalent circuit, like that. We are realization means we are going to write equivalent circuit for that particular gate. Truth table is easy. Input A, output Y. If your input is 0, output is 1. If your input is 1, output is 0. So this is represented by NOT gate. Always remember, NOT gate is a single input, single output gate. Single input, single output gate. You cannot have two inputs to a NOT gate. You can have only one input to the NOT gate. Now, if they are asking you to realize NOT gate using switch, then it is very simple. Obviously, there will be a supply, it is a battery, and we have a switch like this, and we will take one bulb. This is the bulb we are going to have, and this is the switch. See, when switch is closed, we consider it as 1. So switch is closed. When switch is open, we consider S is equal to 0. So this is the voltage we are giving from the battery, and the current is going to flow like this, and the bulb is going to blow. The basic concept what we are considering here is current always take the least resistance path. Suppose assume that the switch is closed here. Okay, the switch is closed now. Now tell me for the current will come at this point, and for the current, whether this path, the switch path is having a least resistance path, or the bulb path is having higher least resistance path. Which path it is going to choose?
The switch.
Switch. Why switch? Why not bulb?
Switch offers least resistance.
Yes. Switch is offering least resistance, so obviously the current is going to flow through the switch instead of flowing through the bulb. So even though the switch is closed, even though supply is on, the bulb will be off. So this is the complementary operation. Switch is closed means I told you it is A is equal to 1. When A is equal to 1, Y is equal to 0. Bulb is off means Y is equal to 0. Again now I'm going to open the switch. When I open the switch, which is going to offer more resistance for the current, and why? And which is where actually the current is going to flow.
The switch will act as open circuit and offer infinite resistance, so the current will flow through the bulb.
Very good. So now switch is going to offer infinite resistance because it is open circuited. So the only available path for the current is through the bulb. So bulb will on. So when A is equal to 0, A is equal to 0 means switch is open. Y is equal to 1. So during that case, the bulb will be on. This is the realization of NOT gate using the switch. Now in the same way, they will ask you, explain the operation of NOT gate using a transistor. Using transistor. This is quite difficult to understand. So if you concentrate, it will be easy. Here we are giving input, here we are giving plus VCC, and here we are taking the output, and this is the ground which we are giving. And as we know, collector, this is collector, this is base, and this is emitter. This is an, can you tell me what kind of transistor it is, whether it is in NPN or PNP? In BJT, bipolar junction transistor, there are two types, NPN, other known as PNP. NPN means between two N layers, one P layer will be inserted. PNP means between two P layer, one N layer will be inserted. So it will be like this. N, P, N. And we call it as emitter, this is base, this is collector. PNP means we take two P layers and in between we insert one N layer, and this becomes emitter, this becomes base, this becomes collector. Okay. So whenever for NPN transistor, we represent like this. Symbol is this one for NPN. Just remember, whenever the arrow mark is outward, it is outward direction, that is NPN transistor. Whenever the arrow mark is in inward direction, like this, towards the base, this is the symbol for PNP transistor. Okay, arrow mark outwards, NPN, inwards, PNP. Okay, again, we'll discuss about this one in the later chapters in detail. Now tell me what kind of transistor it is.
NPN.
NPN,
It is
sir.
NPN transistor. Okay. Now, in this thing, since we are talking about digital circuits, but actually transistor is an analog component. We are talking about digital circuits, but transistor is an analog component. As we know, in digital circuits or digital electronics, there are only two levels, that is logic 0 and logic 1. There are only two levels, but in analog, there are n number of levels 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, any number of levels. But here we are having only two levels, logic 0, logic 1. Just to realize the transistor to NOT gate, what we are going to do is logic 0 is considered to be 0 volt and logic 1 is considered to be 5 volt, because this is an analog component. It doesn't know logic 1, logic 0 and all. It can work only on analog values 0 volt, 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, like that. Now, here at the input, I am going to give logic 0. So if I am going to give logic 0 means, what does it mean? How much voltage I am giving?
0 voltage.
0 volt I am going to give. Okay. And you saw the diagram of NPN, the block diagram. Just you consider this portion. This portion, if you consider how it looks like. What do you remember when you see this diode, right? Now, forget that and just look into this portion. Ignore this. Now you tell me. For this, how it looks like.
Diode only.
It's also diode only, correct? Yes. So these two forms one diode, and again these two forms one diode. So a transistor can be replaced by two diodes. Let us see how it is. Okay, which layer will it will be? Which layer it will be? With respect to diode only, I am asking which layer it will be. Cathode will be which layer? N layer or P layer? PN junction. This is anode. This is cathode. I'm asking, this is going to form N layer or P layer, or this is a representation of N layer or P layer. This is cathode. Cathode means obviously this is N. This is anode. Obviously it is P. I take one more diode and I'll connect like this. P, N. And I'll take a connection here. Now just tell me, is this representing a transistor? NP, PN. Is it representing a transistor?
Yes, sir.
When it is representing a transistor, obviously the biasing of this transistor will also be same as biasing a diode. What are the different types of biasing we are having for diode?
Forward, reverse, and no bias condition.
Yes, forward bias condition, reverse bias condition we are having. In the same way, here to operate this transistor, we need to make this transistor to forward bias. As according to this diagram, this is one diode and this is one diode. Now, when input is zero, what will happen to this diode, which is between base and emitter? Input to the base is zero. That is, they are giving 0 volt here. Whether it will get forward bias or reverse bias,
Reverse bias.
it will get reverse biased. Correct. Now, it is going to be reverse biased. When it is reverse biased, during that time, the transistor will be in cutoff region. We call that state as cutoff region. In this case, the current which is coming from plus VCC, can it enter the transistor? Can it enter the transistor? So it is in reverse bias condition. That means it is in off state. When transistor is in off state, can the current from plus VCC pass through the transistor?
No, sir.
No, right? Any device which is off, you cannot expect the current to pass through it. So the only available path is this one across at the output. And this VCC is also equal to 5 volt. This VCC is also equal to 5 volt. Now, because of this, the voltage across this is 5, that is output is 5 volt. What is the digital equivalent of 5 volt? Is logic 1. What you have given? Logic 0. What you are getting? Logic 1. Is it acting like inverter? Let us see one more case. Input is logic 1. Logic 1 means 5 volts. When input is more, what will happen? When 5 volt you are giving to the base is P type. Just imagine P and N. 5 volt you are giving to the P region and N region is grounded. It is like this. What happens to the diode which is here? Will it get forward biased, reverse biased, or no bias? What will happen? When 5 volt is given, this base to emitter junction will get forward bias. When it gets forward bias, it is going to offer the least resistance. Now the current which is coming from plus VCC, for that the transistor offers least resistance compared to the resistance which is connected, the load resistance. So now the entire current will flow through this and reach the ground. So none of the current will flow towards the output. Because of this, the output will be 0. You can just see we have given logic 1, we are getting 0 volt. That is logic 0. Okay. Can anyone explain this working? Can anyone explain this working? Can just try. Nobody knows. Nobody. Okay. No issues. At least tell me whether you have understood or not.
Understood, sir.
Next is operation of AND gate. The operation of the AND gate and A, B, A into B, input, we have A, B, output, we are having Y is equal to A into B, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So on multiplying these two, we get 0, 0, 0, 1. This is the result which we are going to get for the AND gate. AND gate is basically used for the multiplication operation. And they'll be asking relays using switch. So for this, we are going to use two series switches, and we are going to use one battery. So these are the two switches A and B, and which are going to act as input, and this is the bulb Y. This is the input power supply we are having. When A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 0, both the switches are open, then also the output will be 0. When A is equal to 1, okay, A is equal to 0, B is equal to 1, then also see if A is equal to 0 means switch is open, B is equal to 1 means switch is closed. Even one switch is closed also, the current cannot flow, so that the output will be 0. When A is equal to 1, B is equal to 0. That is, this is closed and this is open. During that time also, even though the current can flow till here, but since here it is open, the current cannot flow, the output will be 0. When A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1, we can check, we can see that both the switches are closed, so that the current is going to flow through the bulb and the bulb will flow. This is 1. Okay, after this, next we are having realization of AND gate using diode. So this is the next topic, and we'll do this topic in the next class.